birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Good morning, good morning. Almighty morning to everyone.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Yep. It is Tuesday. Wow, I can't believe it's already July 1st.
I know. You have anyone in?
Not yet.
Yeah, they'll be coming.
Yep.
All right. We'll wait a minute and see if some people come in, and then we'll get going with our talk today. Um, I wrote down something really cool about what we can say about what we talk about on here, and of course, I can't find where I put it on what sheet.
So are you starting to type up all your notes now?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Wow.
And then I should have probably sent this diagram.
Yeah. Next time you do that, I can post it. So, and we have people coming in, so that's good. And it's popped up that you are on, which one is that? Okay, YouTube has checked in as well, so we're up and running.
Very cool. Let me see.
No one's chatting
yeah,
yet.
I do.
So we'll be here this week. We're here next week. I will be at my house because I have the granddaughter. And then the following week, we will not be here. So on the 15th, we will not be here. Just so you know.
All right, I'll check my phone and then I will start with our spirit. I hope everyone is doing good. It is July 1st today, which is good because the faster summer can go by, the better it is for us here in Arizona. It's really hot here, you guys. Last night I was driving around and it was still super hot. It was still like 104 degrees at 10 o'clock last night.
Yes.
It was crazy.
It was. Yeah, I checked at 10 o'clock too, and it's like, really? Over 100? No.
Oh, it's just hard to breathe, honestly. Well, everyone, welcome in this Tuesday morning to the Spiritual Show That Flows with myself, Claudene, and I'm with Elevated by Claudene, and Julie with Love Riot Warriors. And we are here for entertainment purposes only. But what we talk about, we take very seriously. And it's for the people who have eyes to see it and ears to hear it. And we are not doctors. Don't even have anything much to do with the medical field at all. We just speak upon our own anecdotal evidence of ourselves, of what we've been through. And then for me, with the clients that I work with, because I do have many, many clients that I work with and that I help heal themselves through plant medicine. I help people get off of pharmaceuticals, street drugs, alcohol, and transfer them onto plant-based medicine by getting to the root of their trauma. So that's what I do, and that's what I speak on, and the things that I see from the type of people that are coming in and seeing me. And I do only work with very, very serious people who are wanting to heal themselves properly, body, mind, and soul. I usually give everyone about 8 minutes to give me their spill on what's going on with them. And from that point, I usually know if they're serious about wanting to heal or not. And if not, then I will dismiss them and I will move on, because my energy is my number one currency. And I talk about energy quite often. And in fact, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about. And I did do a whole sheet on energy. I guess that's a good place to start. I was only going to talk about energy if we had time to talk about energy. And let me see. Where did I put my... Here we go. Energy. It's a good one to start with.
Yes. We need energy.
Yes, everything is about energy. Everything. You are energy. You are a frequency. You can't see it, but you can feel it most of the time. And, energy is the real MVP of this universe. It's everything you touch, everything you do. is related to energy. No matter what you call it, this is what I wrote on it, okay? God, chi, prana, the Holy Spirit, life force, vibration, electricity, consciousness, or just good old energy. One truth holds steady across every religion, scientific theory, spiritual path, and even within atheism. And it moves through you, it moves through us always, even right now as I'm speaking. These words that I am speaking to you guys is nothing but energy. It has no beginning, it has no end, it doesn't age, and it can't be destroyed. It just can't. You can transmute it, you can change it, but you can never destroy it, nor can you ever, nor does it age. And energy is the invisible thread that ties everything together. It powers your heartbeat, your breath, your thoughts, your mood, and your desires, and even your Wi Fi. It does, it powers everything. Your phone, your computer, it's all done through this energy that creates the life here and even beyond this planet and after you leave. Some bow to it, some measure it in labs, some breathe it in through meditation, some move it with dance and prayer. But nobody ever escapes it. You can't escape energy. There's no way. Even like I said, after you leave this planet. Because then you go to your true form of your energy light. The real magic begins when you stop just feeling energy and start directing it with intention, with clarity, with love. That's how we stop living on autopilot. Once you're able to understand energy and how it works and how you can move it and change it, you stop living in this autopilot life, human life, and out of fight and flight. That's how we step into our power. That's how we become creators of our own lives. So that was just a little thing that I had written about energy the other night, a download that I had. So I wasn't really sure if I was going to talk about that today, but I had to write it down because if I don't, I forget things really fast because I've got so much going on in my head and I'm super, super busy all the time. And so anyways, I have these moments and I just hurry up and I write it down and then I put it in my fun little computer and then I print it out so that I don't forget about it. But so you have anything going on lately, Julie?
Actually, not a whole lot. Just getting ready for. Well, we're working on finding another place for the market, so that's one of the things I've got going on, and getting ready for Baltimore. I'm excited about that. I will be off this Friday, so I'm excited to take the 4th of July off from
Me
the lives.
too. I am taking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. I don't know if you read the note that was on my window.
No, I hadn't.
But yes, I may see clients on Saturday. I'm not going anywhere. I was going to, but then I decided, no, I'm just going to go ahead and stay here because there's going to be too many people traveling around up north and all this stuff. So I'm like, I'm just going to stay here. I don't want to get caught up in all that traffic. So I'll just stay here and get a bunch of stuff done. And I might help people on Saturday because I only live 5 minutes from here. So I can come and help people if they need it. And if I feel like it on Saturday. But for sure, taking Friday off and Sunday. Probably going to go paddle boarding. Yeah.
Are you really going paddle boarding?
Probably.
Really?
I can sit. I don't have to stand. You can sit on a paddle board. I have a chair actually on my paddle board, and I can just sit and float around a little bit. I just need to get in the water. I'm missing the water so bad. It's hard. It's really hard. So yeah, I busted my foot about 5 weeks ago because I had to stop myself. That has it has a little bit about what I'm going to talk about. I was forced to stop running. And I didn't understand this. And it got so severe that I actually ended up busting my foot. And that really sent a message to me very loud and clear. And it had to do with free radicals. Yeah,
Okay.
it went down this huge hole about free radicals and antioxidants, which has to do with redox to detox, you guys. And we talked all about redox to detox last on our last live last Tuesday. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper on that today. I see that there's someone right here who just put a message, Christine,
Okay.
and she says she's feeling really down. Her husband passed away in March. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry that. I mean, that's just recent. That's not too
Yeah.
long ago. I mean, you can understand why you're feeling
Joe
very,
would be best for
yeah,
me.
why you're not feeling so well. Um,
What job would be best for her because she's
in the medical
in the
field.
medical field.
I'm too emotional for it. Yeah, you're way too emotional. Are you sure you're ready to go back to work already? I mean, it's only been probably not even 3 months since you lost your husband.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the rush?
Well, if you have to get back, then you have to. But
No.
take it slowly because you've got to take care of you. It's your health right now. It's your life.
And death affects us all so differently.
Yeah.
You know, we all mourn so different. There are no rule books or books written on mourning. So
There might be books written on mourning, but doesn't mean it's the way it.
not
You
how
need
you're
it.
supposed to mourn. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like raising a child. You know, there's no books on how to raise every single child. There are books, but it doesn't mean that it's going to fit everyone's situation.
Yeah, she says she doesn't have a choice. She has to get back to work.
Okay, get it. It's financial.
That's
Um,
understandable.
can I ask, how did your husband pass away? Was it from illness or an accident? I need to pay the rent, right? You like having a roof over your
Understandable.
head. Yeah, I get that. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, I just, when you lose someone like that, I feel like we should have at least a whole year to 2 years off to be able
Yeah.
to learn to cope with the new lifestyle. Maybe you don't have to go back to the medical field. What is it that makes you happy, Christine? Bless you.
Thank you. I was trying not to hold it back, but didn't get to my microphone soon enough. Anyway, yeah. What is your passion? Sepsis and cirrhosis of the liver.
Okay, so you got ill. That's too bad. You checked out.
Yeah. Have you gotten yourself checked out? Are you doing okay physically?
Yeah, that's too bad. And you know, Christine, the best thing I can tell you is follow your passions. Do what makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy, do more of it. And if you can find a career to do that, your healing is going to be a lot better for you. It's going to progress in a better way when you're fulfilling what makes you happy.
Right.
If you even know that at this point. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't know if I would be okay after 3 months of losing my husband. So I don't even know if you have those answers yet. Let's seek for those answers. Look in those answers way deep, deep down inside of you. What makes you happy?
And are you in the United States?
A caregiver. Okay.
Yeah, she's been a
okay.
caregiver for 6 years. For over 6 years, so.
Do you
yeah.
like that? Does that make you happy helping other people?
And there might be a different way to help other people. And caring for, I've had to become a new person. Yes. Now you're getting to be, you need to create you, who you're truly supposed to be. You've been living for somebody else for so long.
And you've been taking care. I mean, like you literally probably, I'm sure, I don't know your situation, but helped your husband cross to the other side.
I don't know what the no is. We've asked a few questions, so.
And maybe maybe she doesn't know what makes her happy right now.
Or she hasn't checked herself out to see how she is doing either.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot of questions. So when you give us 1 word answers, it's a little hard for us to know what
probably know all the way across the board.
Yeah.
Well, we're really sorry. I'll be sending you some happy, healthy vibes and some clarity vibes for you to get some clarity on this. Like I said, my best advice to you is just to find what it is that makes you happy and do more
Yeah.
of that, and see if you can't get the answers that you're looking for.
No, I don't like to work in the medical
She doesn't
field.
like
Okay.
it. She doesn't like
Okay.
being a caregiver.
And it might be the medical field itself of the care, because I'm thinking there's other ways to help people out besides that.
Yeah, there could be other ways. Yeah. Do you like animals? If you like animals and they make you happy, you can always become a caregiver for animals. House sit, babysit animals. I have a lot of clients that are always looking for someone who takes care of animals. Yeah, I
Yeah.
finally found one of my clients. See right there, the poster up on the wall right there,
Oh,
who
okay.
actually does it for a living, and she's disabled. You love animals, yeah. See if there's something that it's very depressing. Yes, it is very depressing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, and especially caregiving when people are older and they pass, it's very hard on everyone. But if what I'm thinking of, you were talking animals, and I'm thinking of younger children that need specialized care, not necessarily medical, but somebody there for them.
Yes. Yeah. Oh
So,
yeah, she likes
but
to
love
get
animals.
animals. Yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah,
always there's a business. There's a big business for all that. That's all I got to say. Animals are big business,
Yeah.
and they're a lot easier to work with than humans.
And that's how she started out too.
I started out by medicating animals, so I get it. I love working with animals.
Autism. Okay.
Oh, you have to put her in a home now. Oh, how old is your daughter? And how severe is the autism? Oh gosh, that's terrible.
And-
I'm so sorry.
And if you're in the U.S., have you looked into Social Security for your daughter and for yourself? Because you are a survivor.
Yeah.
Your husband has passed, so therefore you should be entitled to some things.
Yeah, his Social Security and helping your daughter with her autism.
Yeah. Is severe, and she is 23. Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So you can put your children in homes. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So she is not able to take care of herself.
Good.
Oh, yes,
Good.
I have the Social Security. Okay,
Good.
That should help.
Yeah, I know it's not a lot. Believe me, I know it's not a lot. And with what they're trying to do right now, yeah, we won't get into that, but I know things are going to be a lot better. And hang in there, but work on you, self-care, loving yourself, all that good stuff. You are most important right now.
Just take it one day at a time,
Yeah,
hour by hour. I mean, whatever you got to do, minute by minute, hour
Yeah.
by hour, day by day. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you're not gonna feel this down. 3 months from now. Just like think about it when it first happened, how bad it was, and where you're at today. It's not as bad as it was 3 months ago when it first happened. So time does heal.
Yes. And she's had a lot of changes in a very short time. Yes.
Yes, you had some drastic changes, and there's a reason for that. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So you're being pushed by the universe to have these big changes.
And I know you're saying 1 hour at a time, and what she alluded to was moment by moment and minute by minute. Just be in the here and now. Accept what is happening right now. Don't worry about tomorrow, because you got to take care of today, and go internally. You have everything you need to make it work for yourself and to create the person you want to be. Like you said, you had to become a new person. Well, you haven't finished that yet. keep working. Keep working on it. You're going to be the grandest person you ever thought you could be, even more so. Okay.
Yes, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, and I totally agree with Julie what she just said. Live in the present moment. The more you're in the present, the more you practice that, the easier you're going to manifest the life that you want, because that's how you do it. You manifest your life living in the present moment. And that's just how it works. When you live in the present moment, you're living in the creator's energy. You're living, in a higher level of energy. Now, when you're living for tomorrow or for yesterday, you're living in what I call the simulation, the matrix. So the more you can practice being in the current moment, the faster you can start manifesting this life that you see for yourself. And just live that life, be that person the best you can every day that you are here and living in the present moment. It's practice. It takes a lot of practice.
It does.
It does, especially with the heartache that you have. Just sit with that heartache, sit with it, and it will change you. It will make you evolve into a better person, because better days are coming. I promise you. Yes, you're on your way. Yeah. And we're here. I'm live every, not every Monday night, but I try to be. The last 2 Monday nights the last 2 weeks we took off. We'll be back at again with my co-host Anne Kalman, who's from Australia. We go live on Mondays. And she's really good too, Christine. She's a great energy reader. She probably has some really good insights for you. And her and I go live on Monday nights at 5:22 on YouTube or Facebook. And then I'm back live again with Julie on Tuesday mornings. But let's go ahead and start talking about what I want to talk about today, you guys. I want to talk about antioxidants and free radicals and how important these are. And I'm going to keep talking about these every week until we understand this, okay? Because this is a lot of information, all right? And so I wrote down a bunch of stuff, you guys. So welcome to this show. And on this show, this is a space to learn how the body really heals. That's what we do. We talk about the body and how it really heals, not with pills or quick fixes, but through truth, energy, and balance. That is what this live is pretty much about. And every week, I'm always bringing different things, and Julie's always bringing different things that has to do with the human body. And like I said, with the stuff that we experience. It's all about building a real foundation for detox, okay? I'm all about detoxing, you guys. When you come see me and I start helping you, I'm always going to get you on some type of a detox, because we're so filled with poisons, parasite, critters. I'm not supposed to say that word, you guys. They start censoring me when I say that word. We're full of heavy metals.
Critters is okay. Just saying.
For now, until they probably censor me for that word. And and that starts with understanding how your cells work, how damage happens, and how to protect yourself from the inside out. Okay? It's all about the mitochondria. Really, it is. I say this often, and I'm going to say it again. I'm not your typical mainstream spiritual person who talks about mainstream or what's that other word that they use for spiritual people?
Metaphysical?
No. What is that? I always forget what they call that.
Divine? Enlightened?
No, you've got the mainstream spiritual communities out there. Then you also have other spiritual communities out there that, oh gosh, I always call them, sorry guys, I can't think of the word. Anyways, a lot of people are labeled that in Sedona, that type of spiritual person. I don't do that. To me, spirituality has to do with the vessel, cleaning out the vessel, keeping the vessel purified. And that's the type of spirituality that I do. I mean, I believe in like quantum and stuff, but to me, quantum is just it's a scientific spiritual route word for them. You know, that's what scientists call spirituality, is a quantum energy, which is God's energy. But everything's God energy. If everything's energy, then it's God's energy. So, anyways, now with that note, so if you're feeling tired, inflamed, foggy, or just off, then this segment is going to be for you. Okay. So, what are the bad guys? What are free radicals? Do any of you guys know what free radicals are and how they work? Okay, so what I have down for free radicals are unstable molecules. They're missing an electron, and that makes them aggressive. They go around your body trying to steal electrons from other molecules like your DNA, fats, and proteins. And our body also makes free radicals. So this is going to be kind of interesting. So a lot of you guys might already know that the body makes free radicals. So that so those are is what is stealing and causes cellular damage. Okay. Kind of like rust on metal, or when you cut an apple and it turns brown, those are the free radicals stealing all of its good cells, all of its good energy. And where do free radicals come from? Okay, so here's a breakdown. Okay, so the free radical naturally in the body are created during normal metabolism. Yep, during metabolism, breathing, digestion, movement. Free radicals are all around us. Our body makes them. Yes, even exercise creates free radicals. Inflammation and immunity response. All right. So this is an example, you guys. Okay, I had to go back and write with my pen because that's kind of when I was thinking about that and writing this down and doing some research, it hit me. Okay, so I have always been an avid runner. I have ran pretty much my whole entire life. It is the one thing that has helped keep me balanced. It's the one thing I've always had to be able to do that I'm really good at. And then it's a really easy exercise for me. It came easy for me. I can go run 5 miles in 45 minutes and I'd be done working out, and I got my mind clear. I got into a runner's high, and it also helped me keep, fit. And it was just very easy. And this was my life for like 15 years. And I was a competitive runner for a minute there too. For a couple of years, I competitively ran. I was very much into it. Well, a year ago, what was it? Back in August or September, I got really sick with my lymphatic system. And it shut down. My whole right side, from the top of my head all the way down to my feet, were affected. And I couldn't run. I could barely walk. I couldn't even get out of bed for 3 days. It was really bad. At the time, we kind of thought maybe it could have been a stroke, but it wasn't. It wasn't at all. It kind of had the same symptoms, but it wasn't. And then I had stopped running, you guys. I stopped running back in last September. I tried to get back into running the first of this year, which was, oh my goodness, was around March. All right. My left ankle went out on me. Okay. And while I was running, I thought I pulled a muscle in my ankle. Okay. Come to find out, no, I did not. It was my lymphatic system again. So I healed that. And then I was going to get ready to start running again. I went running 1 or 2 times. And that weekend, was it the end of May? It was the end of May. I broke my foot while I was out kayaking with my grandson. Just broke it. So that's when I had to sit back and realize, oh my gosh, what's going on here? I'm really not meant to run anymore. So what I find out through exercise and through free radicals, you guys, I was forced to stop running and was benched from it apparently all all that high and energy jogging I was doing was creating a firestorm of free radicals like tiny chaotic gremlins, wrecking my insides. Turns out my body wasn't being lazy. It was staging an intervention. It basically said, "Girl, we're not training for the apocalypse. Sit down before we oxidize everything." So I was creating more. I was destroying my cells, you guys, by all this running. Think about it. I'm on the pavement. I'm on the blacktop. Sometimes on the sidewalk. I try to get on the sidewalk the best I can, but it's Arizona. Blacktop is everywhere. All right, everywhere. I have it in front of my facility, in the back of my facility.
Yes.
So I was getting that blacktop. I was breathing, and then the EMF waves, you guys, all the EMF waves that are everywhere, the towers, all of these free radicals just hitting me. And then they were seeping into my cells, breathing it from the blacktop. And then I break my foot, and then I have to have it wrapped up, and I have a boot on. But this is all material, you guys. I ended up getting really sick while my foot was broken. And I couldn't figure out why I was so sick. I was going down. It was not pleasant at all, you guys. It was really bad. Well, I go and I soak my foot one night in a magnesium bath that I made for my foot. And I look at my bottom of my foot, my heel, and it was pitch black. It was the tar from the ground, you guys, from this blacktop that's everywhere. It was seeping through my boot, through my wraps that I had. Yeah,
That's
it
a
was
lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
And it took me about 2 or 3 nights to get all that black off. I oiled it and used castor oil because it's a puller. It pulls everything out. And I finally got it all out, and I felt better, so much better. Well, then I decide, well, I'm going to put a sock. I'll put a sock over all of this, and that'll help prevent me from getting sick and keeping the blacktop and the free radicals from coming through my foot. Nope, it didn't. Sure didn't. Went right through that sock, went right up to my heel again. And again, because I'm energy, it's like a magnetic for my body. Just, I don't know. It's a magnetic for this crap. And then I got sick again, and then I said, forget it. And I just went ahead and I got some really big shoes, and I've been just wearing really big shoes now for my foot. No more. And that way the blacktop's not able to get into my foot because of those. I'm going to have rubber soles on. So now I'm learning that I need to chill, stretch, work out my fascia, and to redox, to detox those rebellious free radicals. So free radicals are not our friends at all. Okay, so we just talked about how our body naturally make them, and then from outside sources. We talked a little bit about outside sources like the blacktop, that's outside. And in Arizona, it's everywhere, you guys, everywhere. Even the condo that I stay in right now, out in front of my condo, a huge blacktop parking lot. I can't escape this. None of us can if you're in Arizona.
Now, getting out to one of the canals, usually you can do okay. It just depends on the canal.
But the parking lot's going to be full of blacktop.
Yeah.
It's just this is another way of the deep state poisoning us. And I don't know if you guys know this, but they also put slurry seal, which has asbestos, in the blacktop. So outside sources, air pollution, free radicals come from air pollution, pesticides, heavy metals, smoking, alcohol, and drugs. And I'm talking about cigarettes, carcinogens, cigarettes, smoking, and vaping. Processed food, fried oils, fried food. Stress, yes, emotional stress will cause all kinds of free radicals in your body. And then when you are stressed, or you're stressing out your cells like I was, that's what I was doing. I was stressing out my cells. That's how you become the magnet for these free radicals. Um, Here's some key points that I have. Free radicals aren't always bad. Your body actually uses some to fight infection or break things down. But when you have too many and not enough antioxidants, that's when damage takes over. That's called oxidative stress. I just said that right now regarding how I was stressing out my cells from being on the blacktop too much. Um, Antioxidants are very crucial, you guys, for redox, redoxing to detoxing. Okay, you want to redox and then you detox the body. Okay, like I said, we talked about this on our show last week, so you guys can go back and watch that if you want to learn more about redox. The fight, oxidative stress versus redox balance. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about that now. Do you guys have any questions? Let me stop for a minute and see if we got any questions coming in.
Well, not really. We have doctor wanted a reading. Akshu from India is in, but no one's talking about that. We haven't seen Jess or Nova, Victor or Kevin. None of them.
Well,
the usuals.
our Americans that are here are probably all getting ready for the. It's like a whole holiday this week. Honestly, it feels
Exactly.
like everyone just kind of checked out because everything's gonna be closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Doesn't it kind of feel that way? Like,
Yes.
everyone's checking out. It's okay.
Yeah, everybody's preparing for the weekend, and a lot of them have left or taking vacation this week.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I
No.
don't. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling vacation holiday mode right now this whole week since I woke up yesterday. So that's even though I'm not going anywhere, I feel it.
Yeah,
I have a staycation.
I would love to go up north right now, but being a holiday weekend, this is not the time to
It's
travel.
not the time to go up there. It'll be. Yeah. Have you ever even checked out the prices for the rooms right now?
No, I
They
haven't.
tripled everything.
Oh, I bet.
So I won't pay those prices either. I'll be fine. I'll just stay here
Yeah.
and I'll do a staycation. I'm okay with it. I got so much stuff I got to do anyways. Okay, so oxidative stress versus redox balance. Okay, what is oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is what happens when the bad guys, free radicals, outnumber the good guys. Antioxidants. It causes inflammation, DNA damage, mitochondria dysfunction, and can lead to disease. Now, if you guys don't know what your mitochondria is your powerhouse cell that's inside your cell. Okay, it's a little bit, it's inside of the cells. Every cell has a mitochondria in it. It's kind of the conductor of all your cells. And a lot of people don't know much about the mitochondria because it's never really been studied too much. And actually, it was never really discussed until 2020. So yeah, they've kept it under lids. They don't want doctors talking about it. They don't even want scientists studying it because they don't want people to understand how they heal themselves because there's no money in that.
Right. And how we've been poisoned all this time.
Oh, very poisoned. We're continue to get poisoned. They'll never stop. The darkness will never stop. Our government will never ever stop poisoning us. That's their job.
Until we take over that. I mean,
until we put a stop to it.
Yeah,
until you start to live a clean life and stop complying. Right. Stop living in the matrix. Stop living in the simulation. Stop feeding the simulation. And and that takes, it takes education. It takes time on how you do this. And that's why we talk about all this crazy stuff that we talk about. Well, it's not crazy, but it's hardcore truths. And it's very difficult to understand. But the more I talk about it and the more we come on here and the more you start doing the work, you'll start to understand, just like I did with my foot. Now I get it. Why I had to stop. And I do believe I broke my own foot. Like I did it on purpose to myself. Okay. I know, crazy. But you're on the autopilot, you guys. I'm on autopilot to want to run, because I enjoy it. I really do, but not anymore. Okay. So oxidative stress is what happens when the bad guys, I just said that, free radicals outnumber the good guys. It causes inflammation, DNA damage, mitochondrial dysfunction, and can lead to disease. And here's some real life comparisons. Think of it like a fire in your body, a little spark, no fire extinguisher. Now you've got a blaze. It's just a chain reaction. It just starts to just fire up all throughout your cells, because cells communicate in a way that you don't know, because they've never been told any other way. They just keep doing what you keep doing every time that you come to this planet, every time you're in the reincarnation system. Okay, because to me, I do believe that reincarnation is the way of it on this planet, but it's also the way that they wipe our memory. That's what reincarnation to me is how they wipe our, it's a memory wiping program. Um, and we're all reincarnated, I believe, in different ways. It just depends on how you die. For me, that's my belief. Um, okay, so health problems linked to oxidative stress. When you are stressed out with free radicals, when your cells are really stressed with free radicals, the health problems that you can have, you will be aging a lot faster. That's where aging comes from. Fatigue, brain fog, wrinkles, saggy skin, autoimmune diseases, cancer, Alzheimer's and dementia, and heart disease. And there's a whole slew of a lot more. I'm just giving you guys some really simple, just explanations out there. Some examples, I mean. Okay. Now, redox, the body's eternal communication system. Okay, that's what redox is. Redox stands for reduction, oxidation. It's the constant transfer of electrons in your body. It's how your cells breathe, talk, repair, detox, and protect themselves. Why is redox important, you guys? And you want to redox, like I said, before you go into any kind of detox in your body, okay? You don't hear this information from a lot of influencers out there and a lot of people who have products saying, oh, this will detox you, this and that. But if you don't do it properly and you don't know what you're doing and you're taking advice from people who really don't know how to detox the body, you're going to make yourself sicker. Your body's going to reabsorb all this stuff. So the reason why it's important is it powers the mitochondria, your energy factories. That is exactly what your mitochondria is. It's the factory of each cell. It activates your immune cells, your immunity. And you guys know how important your immunity is. Without immunity, you're very unhealthy. And you want to keep that immunity up and very healthy, so you can fight off, diseases and everything. It triggers repair mechanisms, clears damaged cells and waste, sends cellular messages called redox signaling. So your cells do communicate to each other, and they can communicate on a better level if you give them the instructions. If you talk to your body, I do it every day, maybe, oh my gosh, 10, 15, 20 times a day. I'm always telling my cells what to do. I'm always giving them the instructions, because your body, your cells can hear you. It can't hear anybody else, but it does hear what you're thinking and what you're saying. So start giving them instructions on what to do, and you'll start feeling, you'll feel it and you'll see it. Without redox balance, your detox pathways get backed up. They get jammed. You can't clean out parasites, mold, heavy metals, or emotional trauma if your cells are jammed up and inflamed, stuck. If they are stuck. Just like if your chakra system is stuck, anything gets stuck. It seizes up, you guys. They seize up. and you can't move them. You can't flush any of that crap out. So, and what are antioxidants, and how do antioxidants play such a role when it comes to redox? Okay, without the antioxidants, you can't redox your cells. Okay, antioxidants are molecules that give electrons freely to calm down those free radicals. Without becoming unstable themselves, they stop the chaos and bring peace. Types of antioxidants. Enzymatics are antioxidants. Enzymes are everything. That's a whole nother topic and a whole nother show, you guys. I'm going to really get really deep into enzymes, all right, here, hopefully within our next couple weeks here. And those are probably going to be a couple. Enzymes are very, very important. I do a complete enzyme regimen every single day. And that has been the trick when I got. So where your enzymes are created and dispersed out in your body called your ileum. Mine was completely invaded and overgrowth with I called it a critter, but it's a different type of critter. It's a bacteria called Candida.
Okay.
Yeah, Candida is a different. Yeah,
That was called a fungi, a fungus.
It is a fungus, a bacteria,
Okay.
a bacteria fungus, but it's still a critter, you guys. Because see, when it comes to Candida, okay, it can get into anything. It can crawl into like everything. So when my earlobes are itchy, that's Candida. How did it get into the earlobes? How does it get into the walls of the cells? Because the way that how mold or moss grows, like that. Think of it like that. Okay, so it gets all over the body. So though my ileum was infested. So anyways, I got that repaired. When I got that repaired and got off the sugar, I have had big time success on getting out all these critters since December. I even got more critters out than what I showed last week.
Any different ones?
Yep.
More different ones.
Yep. You guys want to see them? I'm real life here, you guys.
Yep.
This is a real life reality show right here with me and Julie. We show it all. But these were the critters that came out of me this week. I think it was
Is
yesterday.
it usually on the weekends that it happens? I mean,
every day. Almost every day.
Oh, wow.
Almost every day I got something coming out. Because I don't stop. I stay on
keep
this
working
regimen.
on it,
And I
yeah.
change my regimen around. I have like 4 different regimens that I do so that because they're smart. These critters are very, very smart. They're smarter than me. So
they're adaptable.
They adapt. And they learn how to work with what you're putting in your body. So I'm always changing things up. That way I confuse them. But these are the ones that came out yesterday.
Oh my. All sorts of things. Some are looking like that other one you got too.
A lot of hookworms this time. A lot of different ones. There's a lot of different types, and there's a little bit of biofilm in there too. That's key. When you get your enzymes right and you are producing proper enzymes and you're putting good enzymes inside your body, that is what breaks down the biofilm. You have to break down the biofilm first. They're home. And once you get that broken down, they just all start coming out. And I'm looking at, I think at this point, I'm looking at maybe 7 to 8 different types of fungus and parasites that I've released out of my body. Would you say about maybe 8? Maybe more. Yeah. But I got to go back. I'm going to take a picture of every single one of them, you guys, and I'm going to put it inside of a book. So that way we can start to identify exactly which one, what they are, and what in that. So
sounds good.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing picture documentation. Yeah, a picture documentation, a book. So I can show people, yeah, these are the ones that came out of me, what date they came out of me, how I got those ones out, and all that. So anyways, yeah, and this is real, you guys. These are the things that are coming out of me. I mean, if I've got all this coming out of me, I could only imagine what is inside of everybody else. I always say, show me your parasites. I'm going to get a t-shirt that says, show me your parasites. And Anyways, so yeah, where was I? Okay, so enzymes. Yes, another show. We're going to do a whole entire thing on enzymes, you guys. Okay, superhero oxidized dismutase, first line of defense, breaks down harmful radicals. Catalyst breaks down hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. Glutathione protects DNA and mitochondria. These are the I'm talking about antioxidants, you guys.
Mhm.
Okay, these are the ones that help with all of this. Um, boost these naturally by reducing toxins, getting sleep, eating sulfur-rich foods, onions, garlic, broccoli, and yeah. So those are the ways that you can produce even all these nice enzymes
Okay.
on top of detox. And putting in other supplements. You'd have to do your own research when it comes to enzymes. Everyone is so different on what type of enzymes they're lacking or don't produce. Now, what I do is I am into, and I've talked about this many times, I'm into urine looping. Okay, you guys, I practice a practice called Shivambu. And I'm also a practitioner for it. I subscribe it and I teach people how to do it. Now, when it comes to because I loop my own urine, there's enzymes inside of your urine that you can't buy anywhere on any market that only your body can create. So that's another way of getting really good enzymes inside of you too, if you're interested in that kind of medicine. If you are, contact me and I'll help you get started. It all starts with redox into detoxing too. Okay, so you could so non-enzymatic antioxidants come from food and nature too. So here's some that come from food and nature. And the top ones that I want to mention here is vitamin C, found in citrus,
Mm-hmm.
camu camu, amula, helps regenerate other antioxidants.
Camu, camu. What?
I don't know.
Never heard of it.
I know.
Okay.
That's just something I found out in my research for vitamin C. Camu camu. It's a
It's a plant.
probably in another country. Okay, vitamin E. Vitamin E is really, really important. Another reason why I like vitamin E is it's a natural preservative. It's vitamin E in nuts and seeds.
Let's just a second. That's camu, camu.
Hold on.
Nature's fantastic food potential.
Camu camu. Yeah, where can we get that?
Double check on that. Amazon does sell it as usual. Wellness World. Let me see.
Sorry, you guys, I gotta work here for a minute.
So, yeah, a lot of. They have information on it that you can look it up.
Okay. Yeah, so those are really good, you guys. That is, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm looking.
they look good.
Yeah, they do look good. Look small, but they look good. Okay.
Okay, so we got vitamin E in nuts and in seeds. It protects cell membranes, you guys. So yeah, a lot of vitamin E. I eat a lot of seeds. I love seeds. Um, and then we got glutathione. Can you look up and see what kind of foods have or what foods come from glutathione?
Okay. Glutathione. That I'll have to.
Okay.
Camu camu is coming from Brazil.
Oh,
Most. That's
I
where
don't know
it
if we can
shows.
get that. We might be able to get supplements.
And
made
what do
with
you
that.
gluten?
Glutathione. Glutathione is produced in the liver. It's the master antioxidant.
Okay.
And if you have a healthy liver, then you're going to be really high on that, which is really good. Um, again, liver is everything. If your liver is not good and you have a sluggish liver, or you have fatty liver or alcohol liver or whatever, it's not good. We got to get that liver detox and healthy, you guys.
Yeah, they're talking about tropical. It's a tripeptide peptide. Yeah, found in relatively high concentrations in many bodily tissues. It plays a pivotal role in reducing oxidative stress, maintaining redox balance, enhancing metabolic detoxification, and regulating the immune system.
And she just found that on Google right there.
Yeah.
Like it right there tells you. It uses all the keywords that we've been using. Redox.
And what food is the highest? Asparagus is often cited as one of the foods highest in glutathione, a powerful antioxidant. Other good sources include spinach, avocado, broccoli. So very green stuff, people. You can get it from the greens.
Yes. Greens are very important, you guys. Chlorophyll. I do tons of chlorophyll in the morning. That's been key too for the redox. Chlorophyll, chlorophyll, chlorophyll. You can make your own chlorophyll. I am making my own chlorophyll now. It's working a lot better than buying whatever supplements are out there. I did buy me a supplement um, a while ago with mint. I liked it. And from there, though, like that was a good thing because from buying that supplement, I did more research and then I realized I could just make my own. And that's what I've been doing, making my own. If we have time, I'm going to make us some for lunch.
Okay. They want to. The other foods include walnuts, tomatoes, citrus fruits, and watermelon. Those are the non-green ones, but the green ones: asparagus, spinach, avocado, and broccoli.
Yes. Yes.
Those are the four main ones, and I love avocados.
I know.
I mean, I like asparagus too, but
asparagus is really it's kind of like it's difficult to grow in the beginning, but once you get it going, it's a perennial and it just keeps coming and coming and coming. So if you can grow asparagus, you guys do it. I know in the beginning it takes like a year for it to grow. It's it's one of those that's kind of a pain because it takes a while, but once you get it going, it is a perennial and it'll keep giving and giving and giving. And hello, Wade, how are you?
Welcome in.
Welcome in, Wade.
And thank you.
We are talking about antioxidants and free radicals this morning. So, and then we got polyphenols from herbs, mushrooms, and spices. Think chaga, turmeric, and cacao. And that is what Julie and I are pretty much having this morning. I didn't put any turmeric in it, but we have a powerhouse of polyphenols right here in our cup. That's how we start our day. All right, and it literally has some really big heaps of cacao in it because I love cacao.
I do too. Now, what mushroom blend is it? Is it your 14?
14.
Okay,
14. I did it's a special 14 blend for cancer patients.
Oh, okay.
So
great.
I've got a lot of mushrooms from around the world that are very hard to get to. And this is like I said, this is not my basic 14 blend. This is my cancer blend that I make for her and I every morning that she comes on. And Julie loves it.
Mhm.
And I do put it heavy on the cacao because like I said,
we both
we love cacao. So it's chocolate.
Well, now just like cocoa, it does have caffeine in it, but the amount of caffeine is half the amount of cocoa.
And I believe it's a different type of a caffeine where it's not such a harsh diuretic.
Right. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not bitter. Believe me, I can taste caffeine on anything.
She's very sensitive, very, very sensitive.
Yeah.
Now, me, I love my caffeine. I love my coffee, but I only drink it not all the time, you guys. I actually stopped for a while, and now I'm back doing it. But I just put a couple tablespoons in my mushroom coffee sometimes. It's just how I'm feeling. Sometimes I need that heavy diuretic because of my lymphatic system. So those are one of the issues I have. I have the issues of my lymphatic system seizing up on me. So if I need to hurry up and get something through me, I already know I can go to the coffee and boom, it works instantly for me to get my lymphatic system unblocked.
And some people, teas are very good diuretics. It
Mhm.
doesn't have to be coffee if you don't care
Yeah.
for coffee. I'm just saying, there's plenty out there that you can
So much
find
out
what's
there.
better for you. Because I do the teas, and believe me, it works.
Yeah, yeah, I love teas too. Mostly just water right now though because it's so hot. Okay, so we got carotenoids from orange veggies like carrots and sweet potatoes and papayas. Anything that is orange. You want your diet to be of the rainbow, you guys.
Yes.
More colorful, the more you're going to get antioxidants.
Mhm.
Okay, antioxidants come from all those pretty colors, the blueberries,
Strawberries,
papaya,
radishes.
strawberries, right? Yes, yes, yes. Think of your
Absolutely.
chakra system. You want your diet to be based on the colors of the chakra system, the rainbow,
All of them, yeah.
all of them. Less white, not so much white unless it's cauliflower.
Yeah, and even the cauliflower, be careful. Don't overdo the cauliflower or the cabbage. Cabbage might be green, it might be purple, but you have to be careful within all of those because they do produce gases,
Mhm.
and you want to be careful with that. Asparagus can do that for some people too, so be careful.
If these types of foods cause you to be really gassy, that's because you irritated your parasites.
Yep, that too.
Gassiness and bloatingness at the end of the night or after you eat something, those are pure parasites. Those are your parasites um, reacting to those gases. Okay, so yeah, I'm telling you right now, I always
I think
know when I'm going to give birth to something really interesting the next day because my stomach bloats up and I get really gassy every single time.
and it's your it's the critters um, reacting to the enzymes
Hmm.
from these
Hmm.
foods that you're eating. Okay.
Exactly. And I eat very, very clean, very clean. Um, Nothing goes on my body or in my body if I don't know where it came from and how long it's been dead.
Or yeah, because you consider plants dying as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We're killers. We are humans and we are killers.
Well,
And we kill everything to eat it because we don't know anything else. Everything has been taken from us, you guys. We don't know how else to feel our body. We don't. And trust me, I do believe that there are other ways for us to feel our body, but through food. There's other ways to do it, but those are all taken from us. We've never been taught any of that. So of course we're in survival mode because that's what we've been taught. So we only think that we have to have plants or we have to have meat for nourishment, and that's absolutely not true. That's not how I think of it, or what my research is. But it's just the way of it at this point, at this time for the humans, until we learn something different.
well, and as you've said many times, our bodies are changing.
Our bodies are always changing and evolving.
Mhm.
And I just don't believe that we need all these foods and meats to fuel our body. But it's just the way of it for right now, I guess I can say. Hopefully, in the near future, we change and we stop this behavior that we have. Once we learn how other ways to take care of the body. Um, and then we got flavonoids. And I love talking about flavonoids because flavonoids are very high in cannabis. So Yes, most cannabis plants, if they're clean and produced correctly, are full of flavonoids. Flavonoids are in blueberries, dark chocolate, and green tea, and cannabis. Flavonoids are in a lot of stuff, you guys. Even pine trees have flavonoids.
Hmm.
A lot of plants have flavonoids. When you're detoxing, antioxidants help keep the garbage collectors moving.
I like that. Yeah.
Like that. Without them, your trash piles up. You have to have antioxidants in your body, and you get piles up, and you get headaches, fatigue, skin rashes, you name it, you guys. It's all the dysfunction that happens in your body when you don't have the proper antioxidants and enzymes in your body. Now, the best sources of natural resources of antioxidants that are encouraging are whole foods, herbals, and spiritual sources. I put food based: blueberries, kale, spinach, pomegranates. Pomegranates are really good for you, especially the seeds. What do you call them? The kernels?
Arrows.
Arrows. The arrows of pomegranates. Um,
I haven't eaten any other part of the pomegranate, so I don't know if the membrane, the white part inside, is edible. I don't know what to do with it. I'll have to work on that. And also, the rind on the outside is very tough, and also I don't know if that
Make a
can be
tea.
changed.
All
May-
fails. Remember, all fails.
Fails, make a
Just
tea.
make a tea with all this
Okay.
stuff, because everything is always usable. The whole entire thing is always, always usable. Just like a banana. I take the pills, I put it in water.
But again, you've talked about this as well, is when you get something, some fruit, bananas, pomegranates, anything with the shell, you want to put it in baking soda and water and soak it for about 30 minutes so that it'll get all the toxins off the outside of the fruit. And make sure you wash your hands too, because you've touched it. You'll want to put it, wash your hands in the baking soda water and let it soak for a while, and then pull it out, rinse it off, and utilize it. And then you can put in your water.
Yes, that's you do that for to get all of the oh gosh, what they put inside of the dirt, the
But pesticides
pesticides.
and
Yeah,
all
thank
of
you.
this. Yeah.
I can't think this morning, you guys. Yeah, get the pesticides out if you're not buying all organic. Even if you're buying all organic, I still do it, because the organics are right next to the non-organics. Things travel, energy. It's all energy. So yeah, that's really good. And it does. They say that they've tested the fruits after doing that, and it's like they've come up with 100% of it being taken out. But there is no, yeah, it tests 100%. So that's a really good thing. All right, then. So do that. And then other natural resources are fermented foods, you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fermented foods are super, super important. Not just, I mean, I also have some of the most amazing live probiotics that you can get. I myself, I eat a lot of sauerkraut. I love kefir. I crave it. I just drink it like it's milk out of a jug. And I also do beets every day. So that has been a game changer for me too. Um, and then mushrooms,
Oh,
mushrooms,
yes.
mushrooms, mushrooms. Chaga, reishi, lion's mane, cordyceps. Mushrooms are your friends when it comes to antioxidants, you guys. And mushrooms are also an adaptogen. And what an adaptogen is what brings up your immunity and brings down your stress level. So, and if a mushroom is not exactly an adaptogen, it always acts like one. And that would be something like chaga. Herbals, green tea. matcha. Um, Everyone really seems to really like matcha. I've been coming across so many people who love drinking matcha.
And matcha was really big a while ago, and now it's coming back
Yeah, it's
into
kind of
more.
making a comeback. I love
Yeah.
matcha myself.
And they're saying that adaptogens are a class of herbs, roots, and other plant substances that are believed to help the body cope with stress and restore balance. They
Mhm.
are thought to work by influencing the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which plays a key role in the body's stress response. Adaptogens are used to strengthen the immune system, increase vitality, and promote overall well-being.
Yep. So it's an adaptogen. Like I said, all that said is summed up in it's an immunity booster, and it brings down the stress on your cells. I am a mushroom. That's all I do. That's all I eat. That's all I drink. Everything I do is mushrooms. Mushrooms. When we get done with our life, we're gonna go and have a mushroom um, sandwich with English muffin. I'm gonna make an English muffin, which was made fresh made English muffins with just 3 ingredients. And then I will be mixing that with eggs and mushrooms and avocados and whatever else we have that is yummy in there, and probably some really good goat's cheese on an English muffin. And that's what we'll be eating today for lunch with
Wow,
probably a couple
sounds
slices of papaya. So, yeah, I don't ever starve. Never. But I do love mushrooms, and that's what only really the main thing that I eat a lot of course, with vegetables. I do not eat meat. I don't need to. I've got mushrooms. That's why mushrooms are here. We come from mushrooms. We are mushrooms. So um, we don't really need meat. I totally am convinced of that. If you eat meat, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's, you do you and I do me.
And
Okay.
it also has been your choice all this time. So
Yep.
I love portobello. No, what kind of mushrooms are you doing?
Oh, we've got a mixture of mushrooms. I chopped up 4 different mushrooms and put them in. I did some meal prepping last week.
Okay.
So what do we have in there? We've got the king mushrooms, and then the ones that I got from Jerome, the
Oh,
fresh made
wow.
ones, the button white. Yeah, those are grown from Jerome. I got, and then the Yayushi ones. They're the funny ones with the mushroom. The real, at the Asian market,
Yeah.
they're real skinny. Then they got the mushroom top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just love those. I got brown and white ones. So yeah, that was a mixture that I made. So we'll be doing that. And portobellos. Yes, I love portobellos. Portobellos are very good. That's how I make my hamburgers.
Yes. I love a good mushroom steak burger, that's what I
You get
use. Huge
the huge
portobellos.
portobellos.
Yeah.
You take the stem off. I cut that up. I mix that with a bunch of vegetables, and then I stick that back into my portobello with a bunch of different types of goat cheese, different types of like they got different kinds of like cheddar goat cheese, and then they got wet goat cheese, and I put it all in there with lots of basil. I love a lot of basil on my portobellos, and then I just fry that or cook that or bake that on a grill or on a stovetop. There's all kinds of ways to make it. And then I put that between 2 pieces of fresh sourdough bread. Yeah, it's so good. And I put pickles, I put sauerkraut, I put avocado, everything on it.
Yeah.
It's a mess when I go bite into it. It's so messy, but it's really good.
Yep.
Okay, moringa is another one that's really good, you guys.
Moringa is, yes.
I take that that's part of my regimen, along with cilantro mixed together. That's how I make my chlorophyll.
Yeah.
Milk thistle. Milk thistle is super important. That's how you detox the liver. I would say that's the #1 herb for the liver to get rid of fatty liver or flukes in the liver. Flukes are critters that live in your liver. They take over your liver. I've done a show where are alive, where I gave birth to a whole bunch of these nasty critters. One of them was about 4 inches long and an inch wide. He was nice and cozy in my liver. Um, Now, the cilantro is great for the heavy metals, you guys. It pulls out heavy metals. So I do a lot of cooking with cilantro. And then turmeric and black pepper. Whenever you're using turmeric, add the black pepper because that activates the turmeric. It's
Especially if you're cooking. I mean, sometimes people don't want to add the black pepper in a tea, which it still tastes fine. You can't really taste it
Yeah.
that much. But when you're cooking, definitely add the pepper.
Yeah, and you can't really taste it because I do this where I make this kind of like a turmeric goat's milk. I'll get goat's milk and I'll put turmeric in there, and I just put a little bit of pepper in there. I'll put some cardamom. I'll put some nutmeg, and it's a drink that I like to make, especially during the wintertime when I'm around the fire. And it's what I call moon milk. And I'll put a little bit of CBD in there. And I'm telling you, I never can taste the pepper inside of this moon milk that I make. You just have to put a little bit. You don't have to overdo it at all to activate it. It just needs like a pinch. And do the research.
Mhm.
Research it. And that's what most herbalists will tell you. Just a pinch, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Now, a spiritual detox tools that I wrote down is breath work. And I don't think I can really stress this any more than what I already have in these past shows that I've done. Breath is everything. Everything. And grounding. Grounding, earthing, breath. You should be doing this every single day. This is how you get light into your cells. Natural light. And it stimulates, and sitting out in the sun and having all that beautiful rays with Mother Gaia and just connecting, right? I don't know what I would do without it. Cold showers or heat therapy. So ice plunging
Mhm.
is a great way of stimulating your cells. And then going in and doing heat therapy like a sauna, sweating. And see, here in Arizona right now, we're right now, I can knock this all out in 1 hour. I sit under a tree. I get the sun I need. I'm doing my breath work. I'm stretching my fascia. And then I'm sweating. I sweat because it's so freaking hot. Literally, my head will be soaked by the time I'm done. And I'm usually out there for about between 45 minutes to an hour is my goal. And of course, I have a big, huge thing of glass of water, and I got a spray bottle. I'm spraying myself too. So we're able to knock all this stuff out all in one thing in one time here in Arizona. Sound healing. That's another thing I'll do. I'll come into my facility, and I love to play the sound bowls, and I also play this thing called the Rav Pan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
It's right there, right?
spaceship
Oh.
type of thing, and
Oh,
it just
it's-
has the most beautiful sounds that come from it. And I can play both of those at the same time. I'm pretty gifted in that, and that's also how I send you guys out happy, healthy, healing vibrations for everyone. So I share those energies out into the world for all of you guys to also receive.
And I want to remind everyone that Victor is in Sweden and he loves ice cold showers now under the summers. Yeah, your ice cold showers there compared to ice cold showers here, totally different experience because you'll be going from 100. We had 116 the other day. 116 to cold water could be as low as 32 degrees. So that is a huge difference between what you have up there and what we have down here. I'm just saying. Yeah, we do cold showers too.
Yeah, not as cold as yours are. That's really good, Victor,
Yeah.
that you do that because
Yes,
that's
it is.
super, super important for your lymphatic system and your fascia.
And when you come back in after sweating, getting a cold shower is very important.
Yes, very. Yeah. I used to have a spot where we would do ice baths. And I used to do ceremonies and stuff back in the day, and everyone always do an ice bath. And during the summer, it was super easy. Everybody would be diving into that ice bath, no problem
Oh yeah.
during the
Yeah.
summer. But during the winter, oh gosh, we'd be lucky to get two people in.
And we don't have winters like you do, Victor.
Yeah.
We do not.
Yeah, we're a bunch of wimps over here. But yeah, cold. Yeah, I know that's becoming a big thing too. It's becoming that in the mainstream medias or mainstream spirituality. They're doing a lot of ice baths. They're even selling like ice baths, portable ice baths that go up and down. You can take them anywhere. Have you seen those?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
haven't.
they've
I
got
miss
portable
those.
ice baths now.
Hello, Shelley.
They've made a whole entire business around it. Good morning.
And they have
Shelley.
ice bars too, where they can go into a frozen area and have drinks. I mean, it's frozen walls and all. I'm not sure how much they spend on the electricity to freeze an inside place, but yeah, I know they do in Prague. They have some here. At least I've heard of them. I've never been in one of them, but yeah,
That's kind of silly.
it's under 8C. Was like running into the freezer. I don't know what 8C equals. I'll have to check
Celsius.
that out. I know, but
Oh,
equals
yeah,
in Fahrenheit.
equals in Fahrenheit. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do Fahrenheit. Okay, and then charged water, you guys. Structured water is super important, really important for our for the mitochondria and for the fascia and for your lymphatic system. I mean, we're mostly water. So when I say structured water, I'm talking about putting it in the sound bath. I do that. I sound bath my water to structure it. I like to take, I did this over the weekend. I'll be doing a post on this, you guys, today on my Facebook and on my Instagram regarding structured water. Over the weekend, I put some water inside of a big glass mason jar and I set it outside in my garden to charge with the light, the sunlight.
wow.
Yeah. And now I'm using that water to drink it every day with lemon in the morning. That's my morning water. The minute I wake up, I don't go to the bathroom. The minute I wake up, I grab my lemon water, my sun charged lemon water. So, like I said, I'll be doing a post on structured water today.
8 centigrade equals 46.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. So today we talked about what free radicals are, why oxidative stress causes disease, and what redox and antioxidants do, and how to bring your cells back into harmony. So next week we're going to get into a little deeper into redox and enzymes. I think that's what we're going to talk about. I hate to say that's exactly what we're going to talk about because I don't know. We're not there yet, you guys.
We're flowing.
No, I'm just flowing with it. But I do feel that I should do a really good talk and live on enzymes, just period, just on that. Um, enzymes are super tricky, and the words of all these different names of enzymes are really hard to say. I mean, some of these enzymes are like the words like this long.
Thyroid C.
So what I want to do is I want to do some research, you guys, and I want to try and see if I can't find easier words for a lot of these enzymes that I've been working with. And the enzymes that work for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It all depends on what you've got going on in your body that needs to be repaired. So we talked about free radicals, oxidative stress causes disease, what redox and antioxidants do, and how to bring your cells back into harmony. Okay, so next week we'll see what happens. We'll move on to whatever's next. I have here the electrical language your cells use to detox, rebuild, and rejuvenate. We'll talk about ways to boost your redox potential and open your healing channels using light, minerals, mushrooms, and intention. Okay. So that will be in our future lives that are coming. I'm not too sure which ones, but that's coming in the future. I'll be talking about that. So at this point, I just kind of want to invite any of you guys have any questions or thoughts or anything you guys want to add, or what do you guys got going on with your body? And does any of this resonate with you guys?
I know my critters have been very active. I've been changing things up. Last night, I thought I was going to have a quiet night, and before I went to bed, I ate, and I know I don't like to do it too late, but lettuce, romaine lettuce. I had 3 different kinds of microgreens, sprouts basically, and grapefruit. Oh, and also sunflower seeds. And everything was going great, and then all of a sudden the critters were not very happy with me.
No, they'll get, yeah. Did you get all gassy and?
No, they just
and-
started moving around like they were trying to get
Oh, you
away
can feel
from
them.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
you can
feel
feel
them.
moving.
I can feel them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can feel them. You definitely can feel them. Okay, so we can go. I think, have any questions or anything before we move on?
No, they're not.
Okay,
No,
wait.
they're-
Have a wonderful week.
Also, what are the 4 different regiments you're using to remove the critters? You
Well,
said there were 4 different ones.
I do like 4 different things, and then I just change things up. Like, okay, so like one of my things is beet juice.
Mhm.
I'll use beet juice every day for 2 weeks,
Okay.
and then I get off the beet juice, and then I do celery juice.
Okay.
Just different things. So I'll get them all written down on all the stuff that I do, all the different types of regimens that I've been doing, especially with enzymes too.
Right.
Yeah, I'll get all this stuff written down. It's a lot. It's a lot that I do. I
And-
didn't realize how much I was doing until I started writing some stuff down. I'm like, whoa, this is a lot. So I got it. But I try to break it down to keep it very, very simple, you guys, because all this stuff is so confusing. But as you go through it and you're doing it yourself, it starts to click, and you start to find out exactly what agitates your
Yes.
parasites.
Yes.
Because we all got something different going on. We're not all the same. So, because we've all had different damage, we've all had different free radicals, we've all had different heavy metals put on us.
And we intake different things. She doesn't take in meat at all.
Mm-mm.
So there's so many different things we ingest that are not the same.
Mm-hmm. So, whatever, like her parasites are going to be way different than mine because she eats meat. And I don't. I haven't had meat. I haven't eaten red meat. Oh gosh, we're over 10 years now. I'm over a decade since I've had any red meat, which is kind of weird because I had a dream about red meat last night.
Oh.
Isn't that funny?
What was it? Was it a good thing or a bad thing?
I just kept, I don't know what I was doing, but I just kept taking the red meat off of everyone's plate.
Were you eating it? Okay, just wanted to check.
I don't know. It was just a glimpse of it that I just remembered right now. I don't usually remember my dreams, you guys. This has been a very common thing for me. Not when I was younger. When I used to astro travel and remote view a lot when I was younger, I would remember everything. It was crazy. But I went to a blank screen about 6 or 7 years ago when I stopped doing all that, and then I started astro traveling inside of my body. And that's when remembering my dreams stopped. Well, the past week or so, I've been remembering my dreams.
Oh, good.
So it's
Because there's
very,
messages they're giving.
very
us.
strange. Yeah, very strange. But yeah, it's been, I don't know even what to think about that at this point in time. I haven't really had time to ponder on all that stuff, but it is really, it's different for me. It's been a while since I've been able to remember my dreams. So it's been kind of fun. But none of them are really making sense to me right now. I don't know why I don't know where I was or what I was doing, but all I can remember in my dream last night, yeah, I was taking meat off of people's plates. I don't know.
I hope you just didn't throw it away.
Oh, gosh, I probably threw it in the garden. Who knows? And why is there even meat in that realm? What the heck? Um, okay, so we can talk about heavy metals. I got some stuff written down about what are heavy metals.
Okay.
You guys know what heavy metals are?
And we're not talking about music, people.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about music. Oh gosh, if we had the other Victor on here, he'd be all over that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so heavy metals are like junk that clog your energetic pipes. It's your body. If your body is a temple, these are the graffiti sprayers all over the walls. You can't raise your frequency if you're full of toxin metals jamming your signals. And heavy metals come in all different ways into your body, you guys, like free radicals. Free radicals collect heavy metals. Parasites hang on to heavy metals. Parasites feed off of heavy metals. That's what feeds the parasites, okay? Heavy metals are a group of dense metallic elements that can be toxic to the body in high amounts. Some are needed in tiny amounts, like zinc and iron. Zinc and iron is a good heavy metal that your body does need, and your body produces it. And you also pound out a lot of zinc and iron too from your feet. But many, like mercury, lead, and aluminum, build up in the body and cause damage over time. Common toxic heavy metals: mercury, old silver fillings, fish like tuna, vaccine,
Mhm.
especially older ones, are full of mercury, and industrial waste. Okay, that's where mercury comes from. Lead, old point, old paint, contaminated water, like from old pipes, you guys. That's the type of contaminated water I'm talking about. And some ceramics. Some ceramics do contain a little bit of lead. I think it just depends on how long that water has been sitting in that ceramic. Aluminum, antiperspirant, under the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many of you guys are doing that? You're literally filling your lymphatic system. You have a huge lymphatic system up here, you guys, with aluminum. That's where I think breast cancer comes from. That's my theory.
And there was a theory that Alzheimer's is caused by aluminum.
What'd you say?
Alzheimer's was caused by aluminum.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh yeah, and plaque.
Yeah.
Plaque buildup.
Yeah. And remember, we've talked about not drinking things out of bottles, plastic bottles and stuff like that. But remember, aluminum cans. Where do you think heavy metals can come from? Aluminum can come from.
Canned foods.
Canned foods too. Yes.
That's how they got us poisoned, you guys. This
Yep.
is how they got into our system and then addicted to it. Plastic, aluminum cans, soda, beer, all of it.
Yep.
And then again, we have, back in the day, I mean, that was the big thing, was canned foods. I remember when TV dinners became more popular.
Yes.
They came in on aluminum.
Yep.
Cadmium, which is in cigarettes, batteries, and polluted soil and water. It's a carcinogen.
What is it? Okay.
Cadmium. Now, I only knew about that word only because in carcinogens is because of cigarettes. I was a huge advocate for getting cannabis legalized, and I used to do the comparison of cigarettes and cannabis all the time. So I kind of went down that rabbit hole of cigarettes and all the stuff that's inside of them that's so poison. And this one, you guys, oh, you guys aren't going to like this one at all. I don't like this one at all myself. Arsenic.
Arsenic, yeah.
It's in rice, you guys.
It's in rice?
It is. Our rice is very tainted, yes. Especially from Asia, you guys. And then some well water and pesticides is where arsenic comes from, okay? I'm sorry if you love rice, but I have some alternatives for you guys, okay? I love rice too, okay? But I only eat wild rice There's no arsenic in wild rice, you guys. Um, Brown rice, very high in arsenic, very high because the bran around it, the bran is not removed,
Right.
and it just absorbs all of the arsenic from the ground. Rice grows from dirty, wet, soppy areas. That's where rice comes from, the rice fields.
So be careful when you look at wild rice to make sure it
Mhm.
doesn't have that on there.
Yep. So wild rice, it doesn't have arsenic. Okay, so brown rice is very high in arsenic. You guys get off of it if you're eating that, okay? And white rice, just regular white rice, is very high in arsenic. Basmati rice is good. It has a lower index, you guys, a way lower index. So that is a safer rice, basmati rice, okay, which is Indian rice from India. It really is a better choice, okay. Um, and jasmine rice is also lower. So way lower. It's a better choice, you guys. The jasmine, basmati, and wild rice.
And the basmati and jasmine, get it from India, please.
Hmm. If you have an Asian market near you, and you know what, even in Walmart's, you can go to the authentic, or not the authentic, the what do they call that aisle where you have yeah, authentic foods from around the world, I think is what they
Yes.
call it. Yeah, I'm right. Okay.
Well, if you look above, they'll tell you where it's from.
Yeah, they'll have the Hispanic, they'll have the India, they'll have Greek, kosher. Go down that aisle and they'll have a little section of Indian food, and you'll find basmati rice and jasmine rice there. And it's not any more expensive than regular white rice, you guys. But get
No.
off the white rice, get off of the brown rice. It's not good. Full of arsenic. You're just poisoning yourself, you guys, when you're eating that. And don't eat old rice, you guys. Just cook enough for that day. Because if you keep it in your refrigerator and you eat it as the days go by, it grows more and more arsenic on it. It's not healthy.
Yeah, the arsenic is almost like a fungus
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in that.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
that
yeah, 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 yeah. The way that it
respect.
grows and the way that it takes over, gets into the body. Yep, exactly. It's just like, yep, I agree with that one. Okay, why are they dangerous? Why are heavy metals so dangerous? Builds up in the brain, liver, kidney, and bones. Causes oxidative stress and inflammation. Damages your nervous system. Weakens your immune system. They interfere with your body's natural detox process, you guys. They literally feed your parasites. Your parasites just feed off of heavy metals. It contributes to brain fog, fatigue, anxiety, and chronic illness. And if your lower intestines down here, in your lower intestines and your upper intestines and your pyloric, if those are all filled with arsenic and parasites, you're going to have anxiety and panic attacks. That's where that stuff comes from. That's a whole nother topic too, you guys. It's a whole nother show in itself right there. Ann and I will be talking probably about that next week. Symptoms of heavy metal toxicity. If you're toxic with heavy metals, like I said, you're going to have brain fog, chronic fatigue, and mood swings and depression. Lots and lots of depression. Heavy metals are not your friends, you guys, at all. They will cause headaches. I used to suffer from migraines. I haven't had a migraine. Oh gosh. I haven't had a migraine probably in. I had debilitating migraines. I went on disability for them.
Wow,
Yeah,
they are tough.
when I was in my 20s. And I haven't had a migraine probably I'm going on at least 10 years. So it works. The stuff works. gut issues, skin problems, tingling or numbness, sensitivity to light, sound, and chemicals. I had all of these symptoms, you guys, all of them. A lot of tingling in my fingers, my hands. But ever since I've done all this detox, got off sugar, started getting rid of all the heavy metals out of my body, all of this stuff has disappeared. Um, Now, how to detox heavy metals out? Again, uh, cilantro, chlorella is another one. Chlorella is the fungus, is green fungus,
But you said something before with cilantro that,
chlorophyll.
yeah, but there was one other ingredient besides the cilantro.
Spirulina. You usually can
Mm.
find spirulina and chlorella mixed together if you're at the health stores. I always see those two together. Like again, I said I make my own stuff. So zeolite clay or activated charcoal. Now, when we talk about these two binders, because they are binders, you guys, you want to be very careful when you're using zeolite clay, activated charcoal, or any kind of clays that are out there, because they are binders, and I do use them during detox, but very minimal. And the reason why I would use those two in a detox when I'm doing it is because the die off. When these critters are coming out of your body and they're dying off, this is why I have so many. This is how this is what's working. This is what I figured out. When they are dying and I am killing them off because of the stuff I'm putting in my body, they instantly release a gas that makes me very sick and toxic.
Yeah.
Very sick. And they release all their eggs because they know they're going to die. So they release their die off, their eggs, which are planted inside of me, and then those produce.
Yeah.
These things are very smart, you guys, super smart. So that's why I'm always at it, because every time there's a die off, they release a bunch of babies inside of me.
Right.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Why they keep coming, but they're getting smaller and smaller. You notice that?
Yeah.
They are. I mean, from the beginning, I had them coming out. They were like almost a foot and a half long versus, and then 4 inches. I had flukes coming out were 4 inches long, 1 inch wide, and now they're like this big. They're only like maybe a half an inch. So,
And I think the other thing is a lot of the larger ones, this is my opinion,
Mhm.
a lot of the larger ones are in your intestines and in your lower abdomen. So from the diaphragm down. And they're going to be the first ones out.
Mhm.
Whereas the other ones are coming from smaller places, your brain, sinuses, lungs, and different things. And so that's why they take a little bit longer to come out. And
coming from the head, yeah. Because that's what I'm doing now is I'm really detoxing my head. I know it because I can feel it, you guys. I can feel them moving. I can see them in my eyes, and I see them and get real tight all up in here, and my ears will itch or burn. That's a candida. That's what I feel I've got up here is a candida, and that's more of a bacteria. So, anyways, yeah, and then we're seeing what's coming out of me, and they got to travel, and they got to go through your digestive system and everything else, and that's how you get them out. Now, I do believe I got some coming out of my nose. I just can't get a picture of them. They're harder to get. Those are really hard to get. But I do have a lot of, every morning I wake up, I've got a lot of phlegm. I'm not a phlegmy person. I'm not that type at all.
Mucousy person.
Mucousy person at all. I don't have allergies. Never will you see me with an allergy or anything like that. But anyways, I've been having some stuff lately in the morning, which I'm just moving stuff and I'm unblocking stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's a good sign that that's happening. And spirulina is another good one to use. And then, like I said, the zeolite and the activated charcoal. So those I'm real careful with. Those are two binders that I only use, like I said, when I'm having a lot of die off and I'm just feeling really nauseated. Okay, we said glutathione. We already said that helps flush metals and out of the liver. Okay, this is something I'm learning about just recently, and I've been using this for my eyes. I've been dropping this in my eyes. It's called MSM, sulfur-rich foods, onion, garlic, and broccoli. And I found a company that takes this and they make eye drops.
Oh, wow.
And I've been putting that protein in my eyes to help clear out the parasites. I do that within the first half an hour I'm awake. And then after I take my shower, and I also do urine enemas, you guys, that's how I really get these things out. I also take my old aged urine and I drop at least 4 drops of that in each one of my eyes every morning. And that's how I'm flushing out these parasites from my head. And I also do oral stuff too. Um, and then chaga mushrooms, and yeah, chaga is the number one mushroom that detoxes heavy metals out of the body. You detox heavy metals out of the body, you are not feeding the parasites anymore. Now, when I said earlier in our show that I broke my foot 5 weeks ago, and guess what I had to do? I had to go get an X-ray. Not that I wanted to, because that was going to set me back, you guys. Do you know how much heavy metals are in X-rays? And they're literally pointing this into my foot. But I had to find out if it was broken, where it was broken. I had to find the information out, and this is the only way we can do this right now. You know, in this timeline that we're in, the simulation that I live in is to go get an X-ray. So this is what I wrote about my X-ray. So I had to prepare to myself pretty good before I went in there. So I got an X-ray like a radioactive burrito 5 weeks ago, and now I'm out here redoxing like a champ. I'm sipping on chaga tea, chewing chlorophyll like it's candy, and grounding so hard I might grow a root. Free radicals not on my cellular watch. I'm basically staging a wellness coup inside my mitochondria. So that's what I've done, because I'm just like everybody else. I'm human and I do things and things get broken and things run down on me. And so when I got that X-ray, I've really been doing a lot of that stuff big time. And hopefully I was able to release those those heavy metals that I end up putting back into my body because I needed to have that X-ray done. So I mean, I've been out here, being filled with them my whole life anyway. So, but yeah, you guys, what time are we? Oh, gosh,
We've got a few more
and we
minutes.
ended 10 minutes early. Look at that. So there's all my stuff today on free radicals and antioxidants and heavy metals. Anyone have any questions?
Okay, we did talk about heavy metals. One of the heavy metals, one of the metals that I know is very big for our blood is iron. So where does that fall in to all of this?
You just don't want to go excessive. I mean, we need iron. Yeah, iron's very important, but it's kind of like a good heavy metal.
Okay. And also, when we do bleed, there's a smell that comes off, and that is the smell of copper. So is copper a good heavy metal? And in a small or a
I would say in a small amounts. I know a lot of people, when it comes naturally, like there's mushrooms that have copper in them. Our body needs copper. That's how I would do my copper. Chanterelles are very high. Lobster mushrooms are super high in copper. And the reason why I do those extractions and I have those tinctures or I have those capsules are for people who are copper deficient. Or you can always, which I really don't like this idea because I think you can get copper toxicity, is when you drink water through copper. The mules, is that what they call it? I think they call it
a mule. That's a drink is a mule, and that usually has ginger soda and alcohol and stuff, which is a mule.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay, I thought that was the name of the cup or whatever. But
a mule cup, but yeah, the drink itself is called a mule as well.
I was given a gift of a water container that was made of copper, and I used it for a couple of days, you guys. And let me tell you, I overdid it, and I was like, whoa, that's not it. Yeah, I put too much copper in my body and I got really sick. And I was down a few days, detox and all that. And so I'm really careful when it comes to copper. I won't use the copper cups anymore. That's too much for me.
Yeah, you were using a copper
Yeah.
one for a while
Yeah,
there.
I was gifted it and I was using it for a minute and it just got to be too much. But to get my copper, now I do have access to the chanterelles and the lobster mushrooms because I forage mushrooms and then I freeze them. And I also make tinctures. So if I muscle test, I muscle test myself for everything. If I test myself and it says, yes, I need that, then I just take a couple of drops or I'll take out a couple of chanterelles or lobster mushrooms and I'll make me a dish. And my body seems to be fine with that. And I think that's probably the best way to have copper or go grounding. Ground in a place that is lush with mushrooms. That's another way to do it too. And just breathe. And we have that up north, Julie.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that forest that we were walking that one time when we went up north to Flagstaff.
Mhm.
That's a really good area where they
Oh, yeah.
grow a lot of lobster mushrooms. So we
Okay.
know that's rich in copper. I would know. Common sense would tell me, oh, that's rich in copper. We just take off our shoes and ground
Okay.
ourselves. So
And that is a beautiful place to go. And
it
it's
is
right off the near the freeway, right off the a highway, and you can go in there, and it's very protected area.
Yeah, that's in Flagstaff, and we did something really crazy. We were going and doing this really cool hike, and this storm was coming in, and we just kept going deeper and deeper into the forest until I think someone said, "Oh, you girls better turn around" or something like that. They said something to us.
It's starting to rain. It was raining by the parking lot, but it wasn't raining up by where we were. So we still had to go to the parking lot
Yeah,
to
I
get
remember
out.
someone had said something to us like, "You guys better turn around, girls," or something like that. It'll be nasty up there. I don't know, but we had a really good time there, and that's when we took our show on the road, and we
Yeah.
went on a trip, and maybe we'll do that again soon. Not on a holiday weekend though.
No, it was a November. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see us
Yeah.
doing another one. I think I'll be ready to leave here maybe in August for a couple of days. You think?
Well,
Oh,
again, anytime we travel here in Arizona during the summer and we go up north, everybody's going up north during the summer. So we'll have to
it's true.
see.
Yeah. Poor Sedona. Sedona is so flooded now. It's not even Sedona anymore
And when she means by flooded, with people,
with people. It's just
tourists and
flooded
everything.
with
Yeah.
the
Everybody trying to cool off.
yeah, yeah, and it's just not the same place anymore. So
No. But the best times to go to Sedona are December through February. That's the best time.
but I would like to go up to St. John's. I want to go up there. I want to go buy some property out there, and that's up towards the rim area of Tucson. It's out towards Tucson.
Oh,
It's I think 30 minutes north of Eager.
okay. I'll go check on that.
Yeah, you'll have to check on. It's cold there. It snows there. It's only 80 degrees right there right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in St. John's, and they've got property out there. I can buy like 50 acres for 30 grand.
That's not bad.
I know. That's why I want to go up there and go get a few acres. And they also have wells on some of these, and they have roads developed already to these properties.
No, that's not bad. And I'm trying to remember, it's not Grimm. What is the one up north for skiing? The Nordic skiing, not the alpine skiing.
Oh,
It starts with a G.
Sholo
No,
or
north of that.
Pine Top?
No,
Or
Pine
not?
Top, Sholo, and Lakeside are basically all the same area to me. No, is it Grimley or something like that? It starts with a G. I know that.
I'm
I'll have to
not
get
too sure. I don't know that area a
North
whole lot. That's why I want to go look up there.
Arizona.
But if we go to St. John's,
Yeah, I would think St. John's would be north and not south to Tucson.
it's north. It is north. I do believe
Okay,
it's
Tucson is south.
north. Okay. Well, I know it's north of like Sholo, I believe.
Okay, Arizona. Okay, real quick. 191 and 180. Trying to get an idea.
Northern Lights. Oh yeah. I think that is just going to be normal, Victor.
Oh.
I think that is just energy that are just going to, we're going to see it all the time. That's just a regular thing. The Northern Lights, I'm really, really, really hoping and I'm feeling it's a good thing. That's good energies coming in for us. Those are things that we need to, that are helping us.
So it's north of Springerville and Eager. That's where St. John's is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's before you get to, wait a minute, hold on a minute. Let me see where I'm at here. Okay, so it is, Greer is the one I was thinking of.
Greer, yeah.
Yeah.
Greer's out there too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's near that area.
Okay, we should do a road. We should do a road show going that direction.
Yeah, road trip.
Because it's cool up there too. Like I said, over the weekend it was only 80 degrees there.
Yes.
I can take that. Oh, it's even so hard for me to even think that there's a place that cool here in the middle of the desert.
And it's 3 hours and 48 minutes away.
I know.
Hey,
I know, but I don't even think Flagstaff is that cool right now.
No, it has a tendency to get pretty hot out there.
Yeah.
Okay, tonight we will be having the Tuesday night class, the Psychic SWAT, between 6 and 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And that is approximately 8 hours from now. And what do we got? Tomorrow I will be live with Michelle Frost. It'll be a different show. I mean, it's going to be the same show. I'll be interviewing her, but she will be singing for us, accompanied by Charlie. I'm not fiance, I think. And they'll be on tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Michelle is a lot of things. She's been through a lot of stuff. She is a healer, musician, singer, songwriter, just a great person. And like I said, she's been through a lot. So she's going to bring a different perspective. Wednesday evening, A5 says, and either Bonnie or Don. Thursday morning, most likely will be Shauna and Dawn, Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot, and Sonoran Mystic Tarot. I will not be on actually, Scott and I will be off on July 4th. That's our holiday, so we will not be going live. I'm not sure about the evening Friday Night Live happy hour with Bonnie and Sarah. I'm not sure how that's going to go. And as far as Saturday morning, most likely Miss Susan will be on at 10 a.m., maybe early. And again, I'm not sure what's happening on Sunday, as it's still a holiday weekend for us. We have 2 shows, but you will be back on Monday. Is that
Monday?
right?
And I will be back at it, and I believe we'll be talking about the fascia. Monday night, 5:22 Arizona time. It's actually Australia's it's our Monday, Australia's Tuesday, and
it's like you're straddling a timeline there.
Oh, I know, it's
Monday,
so funny.
Tuesday.
It's so funny.
So
and
cool.
we're going to be talking about the fascia, the mitochondria, and I do believe EMF. We're going to really dig real deep in this EMF stuff. So that's what Ann and I were talking about last night about talking. We did take a break for the last 2 weeks, you guys. We just kind of needed a break. So we did. So we're coming back at it next Monday. So come and join us if you guys want to, and you guys want to hear more about what I have to say and talk about all this stuff about healing and getting to it. And I hope you guys all have a really, really great 4th of July.
Yes. Blessings to all. We will be back on Tuesday.
Yep, we'll be back Tuesday.
And sure. The following week, we will be taking off. So just letting you know ahead of time.
Yep.
So have a great one. Sending love, light, and just happiness to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate each and every one. Anything else?
Nope.